So we're back at it. Today's raining. The temperature is not so low. We're supposed to have 10 miles an hour winds, west-northwest. But it's kind of calm right now. So let's get started. Alright, so we're going to be in the rain. I'm going to get soaking wet here. My thermocell fell in the water and it's not turning back on. And the mosquitoes are eating me alive. So hopefully we can connect with some birds. Hopefully they fly. And hopefully I can stay as dry as possible. So let's go. So it's 9:30 in the morning and only one bird came and missed. And so I have one more reservation for Sunday. Today's Wednesday, so I'm calling it off. I'm calling the end of the season right now. And I was playing a little bit more when I got home. I'm kind of injured, so today kind of like put a lot of stress in the injury, and I cannot do the hunt on Sunday, so I'm just gonna pack my stuff up. So that's the spread. And yeah, that's about it. So it was a great season. I did put quite a few birds down, and a beautiful learning experience. I learned a lot of stuff. A lot of things happened through the season. But we'll get more on detail later. But it is what it is. It's one more season. This is my second season, and for being the second season. I feel that I did pretty good, and I learned a lot of stuff, and I gotta improve a lot of things, and I gotta work in some other areas and acquire some other gear that will improve the future hunts. So, as I said, the last hunt of the year until next season. So it started raining. Supposedly it was supposed to rain pretty much all day, but the weatherman, all this year the weatherman has been extremely off. So I don't know, comment down below if other people in Southern California have seen better migration on this area particularly. I feel that all there is just local birds, and they already know the drill, so we're not fooling them anymore. So I'm gonna pack all my stuff up. I'm gonna let the camera roll while I'm packing up, and I will see you at the house.
Only one shot fired today.
Alrighty, it's a day later. I'm back home. So we're gonna start this where we started it all this year. Got my trusty bin where I got to put all my gear. This year is actually interesting because I'm putting more gear in the bucket that I actually took out. So that's beautiful. So let's go over this hunt, and I'm gonna give you the truth of what's going on. For me, it was kind of mentally challenged to having to call the season early. I promised myself that I was going to finish the season this year, as being my second season duck hunting and learning a lot. Regardless, it was a season where I learned a lot. I did 20 plus hunts this year versus last year I did only 3. And they serve to help me figure out what gear do I actually use, what gear does work for me, what doesn't work for me, for the environment that I hunt, and the things that I needed, and the challenges that you will face when you go duck hunting and getting involved into water and all that kind of stuff. Regardless of what I'm about to tell you, it was a beautiful season. Put down, if I'm not mistaken, 20 birds or something, which that will kind of equate to a bird per hunt. There were hunts that I ended up coming home with 3 birds in the bag. Some hunts I came home with only 1. Unfortunately, one of the things that I wanted for this season was to shoot a limit, and that didn't happen. And the second thing that I wanted on this season to do also was to shoot a mallard, and that didn't happen either. But there's gonna be another season. Now, as you saw in the video, I mentioned that I got injured, and in fact I did. About 3 weeks ago, I started having this really crazy sharp pain in my leg, in my knee,
and I wish I could tell you what happened. I have no clue how I injured myself. All I know is that I've been with this crazy pain for 3 weeks now, and the way that I hold my gear is with that bucket that I show you guys from Home Depot that I used to hold my stuff around. I don't know if it's a lot of pressure putting in the legs, pulling the thing in dead weight. The only thing that I know is in the last hunt, which is this one that you guys just finished watching. By the time that I got to the hunting spot, I have this hot feeling that something was rolling down my knee in a really hot pain, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all, and it forced me to. I only had 1 day left to go hunting, which I cannot fulfill, unfortunately. It's just too much pain and too much chaos. And I have 5 hunts that I got the videos, I got everything filmed, but it was on donut. I ended up with 0 ducks, and there's a couple of things that I think are part of it, and one of them being the refuge that I normally hunt. I think that we only saw local bears the entire season. We, for a fact, saw new geese coming through, but that was about it. It just happened to be, that area happens to be where 90% of the population of pintails in the United States reside. And unfortunately, most of the times that was your first shot, and you limit out with the first bird that you put out, because you can only shoot 1 pintail. And yeah, I put close to 10,000 miles on my car, and I wasn't even counting the amount of hours. And I'm not complaining about it. It's just, it can be quite mentally exhausting when you put this many hours non-sleeping, when you put this many hours of driving, and then you go through a whole hunt and you set everything up, and 7 or 8 hours later you driving back home with empty-handed. So, but this is part of the game, and it is what it is. So I'm gonna close my season here. 20 plus birds, 20 plus hunts. Not too shabby for somebody that has a second season that I can only hunt on my days off from work. And literally I get out of work and go straight hunt and then come back home, and in some cases it's up to 48 hours non-sleep. So it is amazing. I push my body to the limit, and it clearly enough paid off in one end, but it's showing me that I'm no longer 17. So that is a thing to consider. But you're gonna have me doing the same exact thing next year. So I want to show you a couple of things before I close this video out and prep for the next season and everything that is coming. This bag here is filled with empty shells. Empty shells, all the shells that I used through the season. I didn't left a shell behind. And I actually have a bunch of shells here that I picked up in the areas where people are not conscious enough to pick up the trash. So I picked them up. And what I want to be doing with these, I'm going to be doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and I'm going to put it for sale. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. We're going to put them for sale, and with the money that I'm going to collect from all these little things, I'm going to use it to get a new GoPro. As you know, you see me struggle the entire season with mine. So it's time. So I'm filming right now with a lens that it was provided to me by one of my good friends, Matt Morris. Thank you so very much, Matt. I do appreciate you a lot, and I can't wait to collaborate with some more stuff with you. I love you, bro. You're a badass. As for this, yeah, I'm gonna make some. I don't know what I'm gonna come with on the off season, and I'm just gonna put it for sale. And if you guys want to pick something up, just let me know. It's gonna help me being able to acquire more gear. I'm not using this to pay my bills. Whatever I'm selling, every single penny of that is gonna be invested to bring next season a better experience to you guys. There's a lot of beautiful things coming on the off season, and things that I'm gonna be really emotional to show you guys, because it's new chapters that I'm gonna be opening in my life, and I will share that with you, and that's gonna be awesome. We're gonna go through the whole process together, and that's gonna be super sweet. But at the same time, it's gonna be super hard in certain areas, because there's gonna be things that I will explain later that is emotionally attached to me. So that being said, this was done closing the 2020 and 2021 waterfowl season. I had a blast. I learned a lot of things. I had a beautiful experience. I have some ugly ones. I'm coming out injured, but I'm coming out on top. I put birds in my family's table, and that's what it matters to me the most. So other than that, thank you so much for everybody that stuck around for this insanity, and thank you so much for everybody that I have support me and make comments on my videos. I'm improving, I'm learning as I'm going, and I do appreciate you all for being there and just taking 15 minutes of your time every day whenever I upload a video, just to watch and see how things are going. But it's time to close the bucket again, and it will be until next year that we jumped into the journey of hunting for the things that I learned. Next year we for sure gonna be seeing me using a blind for the first time. You're gonna see me using a lot of gear that I didn't use this year. I'm gonna get a deer card because I need to be able to carry effortlessly all my gear, even though that I'm the type of person that if you do it hard, the payout is always gonna be better. But clearly my leg doesn't think the same way. So thank you so very much for the bottom of my heart, guys. I will see you next year with the hunting. This channel, as I mentioned in a video earlier, the channel is gonna go all year round now. Last year I stopped with the hunting, but this year we are going full on all year. I try to commit to 2 videos a week if possible. We'll see what happens. As I mentioned earlier, there's going to be a trip coming out really soon. I'm going to give you more details about why the trip is happening and what are we doing. And there's beautiful things coming our way. So for all of you hunters out there, I hope that you guys had a safe and beautiful 2020 and 2021 waterfowl season. And I will see you next season. Pancho out.